Airline staff mocked a black man's accent, assuming he was just another passenger they could disrespect. What they didn't realize was that he was their new CEO, silently observing how customers were treated. What happens next will leave you speechless. Watch until the end to see how this incredible story unfolds. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share in the comments where you're watching from. The Chicago International Airport was alive with the usual chaos: boarding calls, security announcements, and hurried footsteps. Among the crowd was Marcus Hayes, a tall, well-dressed black man in his early 40s, pulling a sleek carry-on bag. His commanding presence suggested confidence, though his simple blazer and dark jeans hinted at a frequent traveler rather than someone of importance. What no one knew was that Marcus was the newly appointed CEO of Blue Sky Airlines, a leading U.S. carrier. Determined to evaluate his company's customer service firsthand, he decided to fly anonymously, avoiding any special treatment or corporate fanfare. As Marcus approached the Blue Sky check-in counter, he adjusted his travel documents and waited patiently behind a family struggling with their bags. To Marcus, true leadership began at the ground level, where employee behavior spoke louder than polished policies. What he was about to learn, however, would be more revealing than he anticipated. When his turn came, Marcus stepped forward. Behind the counter stood Paula Green and Ryan Thompson, two check-in agents known among their peers for their dismissive attitudes toward passengers they deemed difficult. Their forced smiles faded when they noticed Marcus. "Good afternoon," Marcus greeted politely, his voice carrying a soft Southern accent, a nod to his roots in Alabama. "I'm flying to Los Angeles today. Can I check in my bag?" Paula raised an eyebrow. "Sure, name?" she asked flatly. "Marcus Hayes," he replied. Paula typed his name into the system, pausing dramatically before rolling her eyes. "I'm not seeing any reservation under that name." "That's strange," Marcus said calmly. "I booked this flight 2 weeks ago." He handed over his booking confirmation. Ryan leaned over to glance at the screen and muttered just loud enough, "Maybe he's at the wrong airline." Paula chuckled. "Yeah, happens all the time," she added with a smirk. Marcus maintained his composure. "Could you double-check, please?" he asked evenly. Paula sighed theatrically, typing as though she were doing him a favor. "Still nothing," she said, her tone dripping with condescension. "Are you sure you didn't mess up your booking?" The couple waiting behind Marcus exchanged uncomfortable glances. Sensing the tension, Marcus resisted the urge to react. He knew moments like this were all too common for those who didn't fit a certain profile. He could have revealed his identity right then and there, but he decided to see how far the situation would go. "I have my confirmation right here," Marcus said, extending his phone. Paula snatched it and examined the screen. "Huh, guess it's here after all," she muttered, clearly disappointed. Before Marcus could thank her, Ryan chimed in mockingly. "Next time, try booking properly online. Might save you some trouble." Their quiet laughter echoed in Marcus's ears, but he remained composed. "Is there a supervisor I could speak with?" he asked calmly. "Why? We already checked you in," Paula snapped, her tone sharp. "I insist," Marcus replied firmly. Within minutes, the check-in supervisor, Donald Carter, arrived. The moment he saw Marcus, his demeanor changed instantly. He stiffened, clearly recognizing the airline's top executive. "Mr. Hayes," Donald said, his voice faltering, "I wasn't aware you were flying with us today." Paula and Ryan exchanged panicked glances, their faces losing color. "Good afternoon, Mr. Carter," Marcus said with polite authority. "I've had an interesting check-in experience." Donald's eyes widened as realization struck. Let's get this sorted immediately," he stammered. "Actually," Marcus interrupted, gesturing to the counter, "I'd like to have a quick chat right here." He turned to Paula and Ryan. "Ms. Green, Mr. Thompson, is there anything you'd like to say about how you handled this interaction?" Paula stammered. "We didn't know. I mean, we were just trying to follow procedure." "Procedure?" Marcus repeated, his tone steady. "Does procedure involve mocking a customer and refusing proper service?" Ryan attempted a weak defense. "We didn't mean anything by it. just joking around? I see, Marcus said. Turning back to Donald, I'll need a full incident report from both of them. Please ensure they're placed on leave effective immediately. Yes, sir, Donald said without hesitation. Marcus addressed Paula and Ryan one last time. Blue Sky Airlines has zero tolerance for discrimination or disrespect toward our passengers. No one deserves to be treated the way I was today, whether they're the CEO or not. Days later, at Blue Sky Airlines headquarters in downtown Chicago, the company was abuzz with tension. Employees filed into the state-of-the-art auditorium, whispering nervously about the sudden meeting called by the new CEO. Rumors of the airport incident had spread like wildfire. The room fell silent as Marcus Hayes stepped onto the stage. His expression was calm but resolute. Adjusting the microphone, he scanned the crowd, making eye contact with staff members from various departments. This wasn't just another briefing. It was a reckoning. Good afternoon, Marcus began, his deep voice resonating. I've called this meeting to address an issue that goes against everything Blue Sky Airlines stands for. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle. Last week, at our check-in counter in Chicago, 2 of our employees displayed behavior that was not only unprofessional but discriminatory. Whispers rippled through the audience. I was the passenger they disrespected, Marcus continued, his tone unwavering. I arrived dressed casually, speaking with my natural accent, and that was enough for them to assume I was less deserving of respect. Gasps echoed throughout the room. Department managers exchanged uneasy glances, realizing how deeply the incident had shaken their leader. They mocked my accent, questioned my booking, and treated me as though I didn't belong, Marcus said. But this isn't about me being the CEO. It's about how they might have treated countless others when no one important was watching. He locked eyes with the audience, ensuring every word landed. Blue Sky Airlines serves passengers from all backgrounds, nationalities, and cultures. Discrimination, whether based on appearance, language, or anything else, has no place here. Marcus gestured toward Donald Carter, standing at attention near the back. I want to thank Mr. Carter for handling the situation with integrity. He reported the incident immediately, allowing us to act swiftly. Turning back to the employees, Marcus concluded, from this day forward, there will be no room for complacency. We are launching a company-wide initiative on diversity, inclusion, and respect. Training will be mandatory for every employee, from frontline staff to executive leadership. The auditorium erupted in applause, but Marcus's gaze remained firm. Respect wasn't optional, it was essential. Minutes later, corporate emails confirmed that Paula Green and Ryan Thompson had been terminated for gross misconduct. The company also announced a comprehensive overhaul of its customer service protocols, including mandatory training on respect, diversity, and inclusion. Reflecting on the incident during a media interview, Marcus said, leadership isn't about sitting in an office. It's about ensuring that respect is shown at every level, even when no one expects consequences. His message resonated throughout the industry, setting a new standard for accountability and integrity.